Truth, now, we do prefer it only half undressed. But with poetry, well, we tend to get it in large doses. And speaking of that, a good friend of mine wrote this about her grandfather years ago, Frank Wiley Richards. And I wanted to share this with you. So this is of, by, and for Tamara Doehring. And I hope I do it justice. Frank Wiley Richards quit second grade to poach gators full time with his Uncle Red. With one bare foot just above the water, he waits. Patience will be his virtue through life from poker to cancer. He waits for the 22 to fire, waits for the scaly body to roll, the signal, a gator claw breaching just above the surface. Don't be no mule needin' drink, load the wagon and go. At this, Frank Wiley jumps in, hauling the beast into the beat-up swamp buggy deep in the Okeechobee bog. At 10, he works for $1 a day, hacking scrub oaks and cabbage palms, using only a machete and meanness, an acre a day in the mosquito-thick heat of the Everglades. By 14, 6 feet and sun-worn, he looks 30. Plays poker and drinks whiskey, smokes homegrown tobacco, grows a beard as rough as his reputation, and pays for his family with full houses and royal flushes. By 17, he owns a business, building houses. The dozen men that work for him never know he's only a boy with a second-grade education. Years of neglect rot his teeth. He pulls them all out himself in one day, then gets replacement teeth, which he will leave decades later on the counter and on the dinner table to gross out his grandchildren. So his story goes for 68 more years. Self-made man, living Florida cracker, knows the personality of this land like his child. A palmetto here hides a jug of whiskey, a nest of snakes there under the log. Seminole Indian blood carries wisdom through his veins. He outlives his brother and his wife. Beige walls in my house are covered with retouched age-old photos, burnt yellow and burnt brown on the edges like his lungs. Everywhere I see is John Wayne, Errol Flynn, Marlboro Man, man's man pose. I send the photos to graphic designers to retouch and enlarge. Therapy for my guilt as the family writer. To cover my home with the legacy, his living stories I couldn't get down in words before his living caught up with him. Now in a wheelchair, we cut his steak and potatoes, wipe the food from his mouth so it will not collect there in undignified clumps. We gather around like he is the fire and try to trust his memories, listen for all the stories we can. Some we know by heart, some are brand new. Already his memory is failing, and the stories, like the marshes and Everglades. Dry up and drought. Whew. Thank you, Tamara. Fair winds.